Views were expressed today as well on the purported losses suffered by the EPF due to the bond transactions.
This fund has around 2 trillion rupees and successive governments have used this money to sustain them. It was brought under the control of the central bank in order to protect it. However, now we can see that everything is unraveling because of the Presidential Commission. Officials are coming forward and speaking out. The Presidential Commission report should be released before any action is taken. If this was taken away from the central bank, by now this fund would have been destroyed. After the Commission report is released, if it is revealed that the government has suffered a loss, then the government has a responsibility to ensure that they take steps to get back the money that was lost. This is money that was accumulated through the sweat of the working force. No one can touch this fund.
The Mahinda Rajapaksa government also did a similar thing. They invested EPF funds in loss-making state institutions and caused massive losses to the EPF. The latest revelation is that EPF funds were used for the bond scam. Minister John Senaviratne himself said that the EPF has suffered a loss of 11 billion rupees due to this. What is happening now is that the social security net for private sector employees is being used by various rogues and racketeers to make profits. An immediate investigation should be held, and if the EPF has suffered an 11 billion loss, then this money should be recovered from the officials responsible for this. We cannot allow rogues and racketeers to steal the hard-earned money of private sector workers. We cannot sacrifice the lives of the working force for companies like Perpetual Treasuries and everyone else connected to the bond scam to make profits.
We directly criticize the actions of the former central bank governor. Any intelligent person who reads about what happens in the Presidential Commission can see that a fraud took place. One aspect of it was the EPF funds. Why couldn't the EPF buy bonds directly? Why did they have to go through someone else? There has been a loss. That is why investigations are underway. The EPF is the people's money. Why does a state institution need to go through a private company? This is the question that we have.
We have received information regarding an issue surrounding the funds of the EPF. We will not allow anyone to lay their hands on this money and waste these funds which belong to the people. We believe that once the investigations conclude, we will be able to regain this money from the people who profited through the bond scam. The court will need to reach a decision, but we can file charges.
Journalists raised questions in this regard during an event held in Colombo, which was raised by Minister of Finance Ravi Karunanayake. Minister John Senaviratne says that 11.5 billion loss was suffered due to the EPF and ETF funds being invested.
During John Senaviratne's time, the CEB lost around 3 billion rupees and we have no idea where this money went. Some people make statements as if they have no recollection of past events. This is not the time for such questions. We should ask him before responding. What we need to do is to find out if there was anything wrong. This has been a scam going on since 2008 with Ajit Niwad Cabral. They don't speak of these things, but they just rant on about bonds. We will provide a direct answer to John Senaviratne.
John Senaviratne එතුමාත් සමග කතා කරන්න. හරියට. ඉතින් එතුමාගේ කහමද ඒක? ඒක ගැන ඔබතුමා මොකද? මෙතනට ආවේ මේක බලන්නනේ.